Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us this week for the Work Like a Mother Challenge in our Pros and Babes group. And tonight we have a really special session, something that is super near and dear to my heart, and that is local female entrepreneurs who are joining us tonight. We have 7 wonderful women joining us to share the beautiful services and products that they are creating for our communities in Alberta, online and in person. So we have 7 women tonight, and many of them have sponsored the giveaways this week during our Work Like a Mother Challenge. So what we'll be doing tonight is introducing these wonderful women. We'll be talking about their entrepreneurship journeys. I'll be encouraging you to support their campaigns because they are crowdfunding until, I believe it's March 7 or 8. It's really close to those dates. So I really encourage you to support and reward their efforts. Crowdfunding is one of the best ways for women to take off in entrepreneurship. Access to capital to grow women's businesses is really difficult. So these women are putting themselves out there, and entrepreneurship and small businesses are the lifeblood of our economy. So if you are looking for gifts for your family, for yourself, this is your perfect chance to grab something wonderful while supporting local female entrepreneurs. So we will start by introducing everyone. Our team will be pasting your campaigns in the comments, and then please feel free to share in your network. So Natasha, please give us a 60-second introduction on what you're doing, what your business is about, and who can benefit from what you do.
Hi, everyone. My name's Natasha. Most people know me as Cookie. I'm the owner and operator of Bedazzled Spa, which is a kid-friendly spa. It's a small business. We only have one location up in Grand Prairie, but we love to cater to kids and moms and bring that experience of having community feel, mom and me. We have lots of mommy and me activities that we have going on. Our crowdfunding campaign, right now is we're trying to build boxes which to inspire young children to self-care and look after themselves within the comfort of their homes. As a mom of 3 girls myself, I know how hard it's been for them during COVID to feel any kind of care for themselves. They don't want to do anything. So we've been trying to encourage them to take care of themselves. And there's lots of boxes out there for moms. And I thought this would be a great way to get that experience within the home. If you couldn't come to the spa, at least you can do it in the home, right? And that's just a little bit about us.
I love it. And so the boxes can be shipped to their homes anywhere?
The boxes can be shipped from your home to your home, and you can buy them on our website, bedazzedspa.ca. You can buy them through there, or you can buy them through our campaign.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, her pig ship, Angela.
Hi, thanks so much for this invite. So the hat is kind of my calling card. It's the kids love it. So we created Pigtopia last year, and it's what we did is just made a fun and safe environment for people to come out to connect or reconnect with nature, animals, being outside, and making fun memories with their families. Outdoor animal therapy is probably some of the best therapy there is out there. And we discovered this actually by accident. So we've been really having a lot of fun with it. We did not think that this was going to become a business. This was something that we did as a favor for some friends to just let them come and hang out on the farm when there was nowhere else to take their kids. And it's exploded. So we're really just kind of going by the seat of our pants. And we decided this year that we'd love to try crowdfunding for making a paved wading pool for people to come and swim with the pigs.
Fun. So people can come to your site and visit with pigs, come camping. Tell us what they can do.
So here we started out with just doing farm tours, and as we've evolved, we now do birthday parties, corporate events. We have a camper on site, and we rent out the camper, and we're actually bringing a second one in. We had such success with it last year. This year, we're renovating our barn and creating a wedding venue as well. We have a lot of people that really are intrigued with having pigs at their special events. I mean, we do have miniature horses and a goat as well, but the pigs are kind of the star of the show.
Lovely. And so is it close to Edmonton?
We are about 40 minutes south of Edmonton, just outside of Leduc in Leduc County.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Angela. All right, Nicola, let's go with you.
Oh, thank you. I'm a piano teacher and an audiobook narrator, but I'm crowdfunding to provide for the book that I've written. It's a science fiction fantasy. It's about 2 chunks of rock that have generated atmospheres on them. And there's environmental disaster impending on one of the chunks of rock because they've neglected things. So the other chunk of rock that set them up in the first place is back to reclaim their project. And the leader of the one coming to reclaim the project is given this girl as a gift to be his slave, and he doesn't want that, and so he dresses her up and parades her in front of people as the example of what he's going to do. He's going to do this wonderful, marvelous thing and restore everything to the way it was before. And she keeps saying, "No, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong." And it's a story of how he will accept influence from her. And yeah, that's my book. And I have a cover artist in Africa, in Niger. She is a Calgarian who is teaching at an international school there. And she is painting a beautiful painting for me for my cover art. And that's what I'm crowdfunding for.
That's wonderful. And I guess we have something in common. I used to teach piano as well, and as one of my first careers. So that's fun to learn. And we have lots of STEM professionals in our community who love to teach and beyond. Obviously, not only STEM professionals like to do that, but such a fascinating storyline for kids. So thank you so much for that introduction, Nicola. And we will be showcasing your book this week in our group. So good luck. Wonderful. So, okay, up next we have Caroline. Tell us about yourself and your business, please. You are muted, so I will just click the unmute.
All right, yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Caroline. I'm the co-founder of Okaplace. Okaplace is an online event planning platform. So what we are doing with the Okaplace is that if you are a mom or any family member at all, and you have friends and families out there you want to celebrate, so what we do is that you just go to the platform, connect with the business owners, like our vendors on the platform in our marketplace. You connect with them and you go plan your events. So what we are raising funds for is to complete the event planning center. The marketplace is ready where businesses can go list their products and services. But the event center, we are putting it up, and we are also putting up our logistic app too for delivery. So what the event center does is that when you want to plan an event, like I said, the celebrants or event planner, they go to the event center and they connect with the businesses there. We verify the businesses, they connect with them, and they book them for their next event. So that is what we are raising funds for. And generally, I'm an event planning. I do virtual event planning for businesses as well. So if you're a business owner, you want to launch your book, you want to launch your business, or you just want to grow you want to scale your business with launches, with events. So I launch it for you, I plan it, and I launch it for you. And what we do differently is we do follow up for you. We follow up your attendees so that you close more sales. So that is what we do for businesses and for individuals. Thank you for having me on here today.
Thank you for sharing. And I understand it's kind of like a logistical hub that accelerates and takes things off the entrepreneur's hands so they can provide their businesses faster, they can provide their services faster. Somewhat, did I understand this correctly?
Yes, it is, because like for me, why I put that out there is because I'm a mom. I do give baskets, right? And I understand like how difficult it is to connect with people, sell with people, with plus moms, with families, with children. So what I intend is that as a business owner, as a mom especially, you list your products and services on the website. And somebody that wants to plan an event, they get to the event center and they connect with you. So it's like a marketplace. It's like Amazon, Etsy, and the rest. But the difference here is that it's for event planning.
Okay. Excellent. Very innovative. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right. We've got Sarah from Tantrum Magic.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sarah. I created the School of Tantra Magic. It's an online yoga and wellness studio. And so I've created my crowdfunding campaign because I used to do this in person and now I've shifted everything online. And I've been hiring some of my network to also teach classes. So I've got slightly more overhead than I did before. But what I do is I offer yoga classes, and my yoga is very esoteric. So it deals with the whole energy center of our bodies as opposed to just the physical aspect of yoga, which I mean all yoga does, but I focus on that. And I teach sexual vitality courses. I have moon circles for understanding some witchcraft sort of stuff, or just sitting with sisters. You know, it's like kind of like a gathering like this, except for, you know, we talk about whatever it is we need to talk about. And yeah, I love sharing the knowledge that I've learned, and I love putting it online. And I've needed help just to get my reach out a little bit further, to reach more people, to bring this wellness to a bunch of people. And the great thing about what I'm offering is everything I do is recorded. So especially for busy moms, you can't make the live call. That's okay. I'll send you the recording. You can get to it when you can get to it. So thank
Wonderful. You. And for many moms too, reconnecting with intimacy, a big victim of COVID, headlines say. So this is possibly timely information. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. We've got Shauna from Three Sisters Yoga up next.
Hi. So I am Shauna, one of the three sisters. I have Cheryl, my other sister, and Sarah. And yeah, so we created 31 yoga pose and affirmation deck cards is how we started our business. And then we also, with the booster, are wanting to expand our business by increasing our deck, adding more cards to it, as well as we also have created a workshop called a Calm Workshop. So compassion, awareness, love, and mindfulness. So the reason why the three sisters came together and we decided, you know what, this needs to be done, is we are all children's yoga teachers. My other two sisters do adults as well. But we all were children's yoga teachers, and we went to some northern communities. We had been invited up there to spend a week teaching yoga. And it sort of came to us that, you know what, we sort of take for granted that yoga is in all communities, and, you know, mindfulness and self-regulation and all the amazing things that come from being, you know, experiencing yoga or understanding your breath, that's not available to anybody. So, or to everybody. So lo and behold, last February, we said, let's do it. We started producing and getting our artists to create our images and what we wanted, and what should happen, but COVID, the pandemic hit. Well, now it was even more necessary that we were no longer able to go into the schools or go to the remote communities, that it just sort of, you know, the universe sort of gives you what you ask for or need. And yeah, that's sort of how it started. And our booster was just to be able to reach more people. You know, like, we have contacts and we have people sharing, and, you know, you have social media, but it was just another platform that, you know, maybe we could get these cards into the hands of more people, or our workshop have more people experience it. And then also with our workshop, it is on our website, but also through the booster, it's a $15 difference. So it's, you know, it's a great opportunity for, you know, anyone, even if they're not into wanting yoga as such, for whatever reason that may. The workshop is just being able to bring mindfulness and self-awareness. And us as parents, if we don't feel calm or know how to manage our calm, how are we going to share that and give that to our children? So our product is for anybody that has children in their world.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And Johanna, last but not least, tell us about your leadership program.
I was going to say I'm last but not least. Well, thank you for having me here and all of us here. Okay, yeah, so my business, I have a leadership consulting firm. And what we do is we work with organizations and help them achieve their mission by maximizing the human potential in their organization. And the way that I do that is by developing the confidence and competencies of the leadership, the formal leaders. Individuals have positional authority in an organization. And so a big part of my business was business to business. But when the pandemic hit, which was a very challenging year, I really wanted to amp up the digital side of my business, which were the online courses that I always wanted to develop around leadership development that individuals could access if they weren't fortunate enough to work for an organization that really wanted to invest in their leadership development. They could take that initiative on their own. So over the summer, I developed these leadership courses, and it's really about developing your leadership ability through your emotional intelligence. So my campaign is called Leading with the Heart, Ignite Your Inner Purpose. So I truly believe strong, positive, confident, and competent leaders lead with the heart. And it's all grounded around how you develop relationships with others and how you manage your resilience. And we talked about that a little bit here today. And so I have a series of courses that focus on resiliency, developing your leadership through emotional intelligence. And I struggled in figuring out how to market it. And when I learned about ATB, Build Her Business, I thought it would be a good opportunity to practice my marketing skills, develop some confidence around that, and put myself out there with the guidance and mentorship from ATB and all the women that are here. And it's been a wonderful journey, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback and learned that it's funny, I teach this stuff, but I had to make an intentional effort to practice it myself, right? Knowing what my strengths were, being proud of that, and being able to ride the ebbs and flows of what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And so it's been a wonderful experience. And if anything, I feel like it's made me a little bit more humble and authentic in my approach, because now I can truly kind of understand and speak that language to other people in terms of what it takes to really develop that inner purpose, passion, and strength and resilience to keep moving forward every day. And that's what I try to capture through my online courses.
I love it. So I wanted to stress tomorrow during the Work Like a Mother Challenge, we're talking about money and career skills. And I'm going to talk about the $1 million wealth gap that women face. So as girls were taught to save and budget, boys are taught to invest and take risks. Then straight out of university, women are offered $5,000 less in salary for most jobs. Right? Recent studies have shown that. And then women take breaks in their career for caregiving, whether for children or for the elderly. And so I would urge anybody who considers themselves a financial feminist who is watching this to really, really take some action and support these wonderful women. It takes so much courage to put yourself out there as an entrepreneur, show your service, and ask for help, right? It's a new generation of thinking, of being, of doing. And if there's especially a time in history where we need to support local businesses, it's really now. So I do hope that after watching this video, you go to the ATB Booster website and you consider supporting these wonderful, wonderful entrepreneurs, because I know what it looks like. I did it last year and it is nerve-wracking, especially as the deadline approaches. So we'll continue with our second question, and Johanna, we'll start with you first and then I'll kind of zigzag around. So we'll talk about, I just mentioned it, but let's continue the conversation before we get to know you all a little bit better. Why is it so important to support local businesses right now and over time?
Well, I mean, ATB shared a stat with us that said about 40 years ago, 11% of the entrepreneurs were women, but that's significantly increased over time. And women entrepreneurs contribute $150 billion to the Canadian economy. And that's worth celebrating. And they did mention that March 8th is International Women's Day. And so it is harder as women to raise capital for our businesses in regards to our male counterparts who are entrepreneurs too. And like, as you spoke too about that, some of it is the lack of confidence to put yourself out there and think of yourself as a financially smart, savvy business person. And so I think
like you said, putting yourself out there is really risky. And you mentioned this a long time ago when we first started. You were giving us a lot of words of encouragement through the Facebook group. And you said you have a value that you give to your clients. And if you're not putting yourself out there, you're not really improving other people's lives. So you don't forget the value that you give to people. But you know what? It's this very solo journey, an isolating journey being an entrepreneur. So when you put yourself out there and people respond in a positive way in regards to what you have to offer, either by giving you words of affirmation or buying your services, or even better, referring them to other people, it's very validating and it reaffirms your purpose. And it just, I know intrinsic motivation comes from within, but resilience by no means is an individual journey. It's really, it's supported by the people in our lives. And if other people who we don't know find value in what we have to offer, it's important to share that with us. And it's important to share that with other people because it isn't easy. And I think sometimes people forget how hard it is to be an entrepreneur. And now that I've done it this year, I have developed a true appreciation and respect for the art, the science, and the practice of it.
Yeah, it can take years before you pay yourself a salary, right?
Yeah.
So it can take time. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Angela, do you want to add to why it's important to support local? You are muted.
There we go. Sorry. I have one of my little pigs is in the house and she's ripping around the room and I just didn't want to disturb anybody as they were talking. So I muted myself. Okay. So yes, this is not my first crack at being an entrepreneur. I've been doing this for 10 years. I used to run an organization called the Prom Project, and it was a grad dress donation program that we ran locally in our community. And I did that for 5 years. And when you say support local, it's so important because, of course, when things like COVID happens and there are no graduations or there are no weddings or stuff like that, that would be supporting our donation program. Unfortunately, our donation program closed. And I have a number of friends whose businesses are going under because we aren't supporting them, and people are going to Walmart or ordering on Amazon because it's easy. And I am guilty of doing that sometimes too, because I don't want to go out of the house. I don't want to deal with traffic and all the different restrictions and stuff. I'm just not used to it. But then you see your friends and new people here going, okay, hey, I have these really cool ideas. And oh my gosh, some of this stuff here, you guys, this is awesome. I've never done yoga before. And I probably really should, especially with our pigs. But I think the more people spend with each other and spend their money, putting it here, then the more we're able to not just support ourselves, but also local kids clubs and groups that are near and dear to our hearts. I don't have little kids anymore, but actually I'm going to be a grandma in a few months, and being able to support my daughter in what she's doing or the things that she's being able to do, because I went into business and was able to work around having her at home instead of the 9 to 5 and not being there as much as I could. I just think that it makes a big difference in how you can have the extra to donate or to help other organizations.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you're showing tonight, a lot of parents are watching. Entrepreneurship is courage. And when in my community, we think about what kind of parents do we want to be. And for me, it's so important to teach my boys that entrepreneurial skill set, which is all about problem solving. And you're all doing that. Being an entrepreneur is solving problems day after day after day after day, putting out fires, creating solutions, being creative, right? So you tonight are being inspiration to a lot of parents who are wondering what they want to encourage their kids to be. I would love for my kids to get a good education and to be entrepreneurs as well. And starting next summer or next fall, I'll be encouraging my boy, to shovel people's yards and sidewalks. So he has that spirit that in any economy he can thrive, right? And create a job for himself. Okay, Sarah, would you like to add to why it's important to support local? I think Sarah might have frozen.
She's frozen.
Okay. Sarah, I don't know if you hear me, you might have to come in and out. So let's switch questions, and then you can go back and forth between why it's important to support local, because I think we've touched upon many of the themes. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and your family, something fun so that we can all connect with you and get to know you better. So Nicola, let's go with you. You're a piano teacher, you're a writer. What else? I'm sure there are a lot more exciting things that we can learn about your journey.
The funny thing about me, we learned yesterday that our cat has asthma, and he is allergic to his humans.
That's quite this strange discovery.
Yes. So there are kitty inhalers. So we have to learn how to give our kitty the inhaler and wear, the steel-clad suit it takes to give cats medication. So
wow,
that was the funny thing about that. But yeah, I have wonderful students, and they support me in my entrepreneurial things. I do the audiobook narration. I have an interesting accent, as you can hear, so I don't sound like anybody else. And then with the writing, I started writing this story about 20 years ago. And it's only in the last 5 years that I have improved my writing skill. There's the story, which is wonderful and doesn't change, but the way I tell the story has improved over the last 5 years. And then I signed up with a boutique hybrid publisher where they pay for some services, I pay for some services. It's like an indie publisher, but it's not all on my own. I have a lot of support. And so in order to publish this book with Serotonin Creative, my world just exploded. I had no idea I would be hiring somebody in Africa. I had no idea I would be doing an ATB booster crowdfunding campaign. And on Sunday, we're having a Zoom party to launch an internet treasure hunt. And there's a man, a graphic designer who's part of the author collective. He has designed an entirely new script, especially for my book. And I am going to plant treasures, the names of famous Canadian women, done up in this script in blogs all over the world. I've got 2 Americans, 1 Australian, and 5 Canadians. And they're going to be hosting these treasures, and people can go there, decode the name of the famous Canadian woman, enter it into the form, and I've got prizes and everything. So I had no idea I would be doing all these fabulous things to be an author.
That's incredible. It sounds like you're very a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and your piano students and people in your environment can benefit from all your talents. Thank you so much, Nicola. It was fun to find out about interesting to find out about your asthmatic kitty, and then about the creative journey you have been on in the last few months. So thanks for that. Sarah, I think I had asked you a question, but then your camera froze. So are you back with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So we were
Okay.
going back and forth between the question. We wanted to learn something fun, interesting, maybe something that other people don't know about you. And we're also having the conversation about why it's important to support local. So you can answer one or both of the questions.
Oh, gosh, I don't know what's fun or interesting about me because I'm always with me, but I was a professional dancer and aerialist. So I actually performed with the circus for many years. And I guess something most people don't know is I eat fire, which is pretty fun. It's quite a skill to master the elements. But to answer the question about why it's so important to support local, one of the reasons for me is building community. And like when I was teaching in person, obviously people would gather and they would chat before and after class. And one of the things I like to offer with my online studio is actually time for us to chat before and after class, or just a weekly time, because that human connection, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not seeing as many people these days. I'm fairly isolated. So I like that chance to talk with people and talking with people like locally and who understand, what you're going through, and also maybe you could meet them when we can meet again. So for my business, supporting locals is really nice to create and build those connections and community.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. It can be such an isolating time. Let's hope that with the snow melting right now, we will have the chance a little bit to re-experience some of our humanity. Thank you for that. And Natasha, let's go with you. You can answer one or both questions.
Thank you. So I don't have much fun stuff about myself, but I just did want to mention that I did.
No, it's like when you become a mom, you're like, what did I used to do for fun, right?
Like, who am I? I was born and raised in Zimbabwe, actually, and I moved to Canada when I was just 19 years old on my own and went to university in Newfoundland. So, and I'm an honorary Newfoundlander, so I got to stuff, which is great. It's just great. When you're drunk anyway, you don't seem to know what's going on. But supporting local is very important to me, and my boxes actually for the kids are packed full of local products. And for me, local is Canada, but a lot of the products come from Grand Prairie just because that's where my physical location is. But I'm very supportive of Canadian businesses, and I can't believe how many women that are incredible entrepreneurs. There's so many businesses out there and women doing so many amazing things and making amazing things, and it just goes to show, just when you give women a chance, we really do show up and we show out. And I think that there's just so much out there that we can support and show your support, like from little things like bath bombs to leadership programs, right? Like there's such a variety, and I think we should stand behind a lot of our local businesses, because they have suffered a lot. A lot of the small businesses are having a really hard time right now, and because you depend on your community, right? And if you can't ship out to the States because it's too expensive, you're dependent on your community. So I think this is a really good time to come out and say, like, there's so many businesses that you could support that do a lot of the stuff that we buy or online and that kind of thing. You can go to your local business and they have them, right? So yeah, I think supporting local is very, very important.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. All right. And on this round, last but not least, Caroline, please feel free to answer one or both questions. Something fun about you or your family, and why it's important to support local, if you'd like to add anything.
Yeah, for me, I'll just start with supporting local. Why is it important to support local is because we understand the community. We understand what they are going through. Like right now, there's COVID. Both you and I know that if you want to go to shop, you have to wear the mask, right? We understand this, but somebody in the US or other places, they don't know what is going around. So there is that bond around us. So for us as business owners and the community as well, it's good we support, because when we support a community, when we support a business in our community, we are growing our community. Because like when we're talking about taxes, you're talking about everything, it comes to the community. So we are building the community, and they use this is to build infrastructures around us to improve how we are living. So if we all start going out there to support, buy from Amazon and the rest, we are giving out our power. So supporting local is keeping our power within our community and helping the people in there. For example, I'm doing my logistics. My logistic business, when I'm putting it out there, is because I understand the challenges I'm going through, and I also understand the challenges that other moms out there are going through. For example, a mom going out there in snow to go deliver a product with children, like you and I, we understand how it is in Calgary, in Alberta, to be in snow, to go do delivery with 2-3 children, putting them in the car. Somebody in Africa doesn't know what is snow, doesn't understand how snow works. So we understand each other. So it's very important we support people that we relate with that are our community, that are there for us. They are also there for us too when in times of challenges. So it's good we support them. We bring that happiness to our community, because when people in our community have the income, we all know what is happening in Calgary right now because of the oil industry. There is no money. But when I was putting out the logistics, I'm like, if 2-3 families can use the logistic app and create that extra income, it's going to create that extra happiness, that extra joy, that extra time for parents to spend with their kids in peace, in relaxed atmosphere. So that's why it's very important for us to support local. And one thing people don't know about me so much is that I have traveled. I've traveled to one country. I've traveled to one country like 12 times. That is one thing I just wanted to put out there. Yeah.
Thank you, Caroline. I see you're very passionate about your conviction and community. And Shauna, I have not forgotten about you. I'm losing track of my numbers. But so please do share with us more about you, about your family, about your sisters. And if you want to add something, you've all actually added value to the conversation. There are so many reasons to support locals. So if you have anything to add about that, please go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, so I have to congratulate all of you entrepreneurs and any entrepreneurs that are within your community, because this was very courageous, and I had added courage and support because I had my 2 sisters beside me. So I want to just give my heartfelt to anyone. I mean, if you have supportive family, yes, but we had the courage of 3 to be able to, take this and bring it out to the world. And for me, what I find that's so much value, and it just fills me up, is I've always looked at female entrepreneurs or, entrepreneurs in general and think, oh, wow, I wish I could do that. Like, I want to do that. How can I do that? And my boys are like 26 and 23, so they're very grown. But I'm just filled, like, they're so proud of me and of their aunties, of what we're doing and what we did. So I think, you know what, if you have that business sort of in the back of your mind and thinking about it, like, if just take that step. You can do it. And if you have the support of your husband or, even just the support of your children, they're going to help you as you move through this, and they're going to be there to give you whatever you need. So, yeah, so I am just so proud of any entrepreneur and women in general, because I think, the time that we've had to give for this, and and this is just within our home, but, it's the entrepreneurs that, have that storefront and, what they have to leave behind to go, be successful in this world, that we need to be there for them, because, they're giving up so much to live their dream and create their passion, and, whatever their product is, it's for us within our reach. So I have found that that's very important with small business and female entrepreneurs, and within, especially in what we're going through right now, all of us. And yeah, something funny about me, well, I'm not sure. My sisters would say I'm usually the crier, not the laugher, but I can say something is funny when I think that I am the age that I am with grown children. And yeah, I was 51 years old and got my first dog, and now she's the love of my life. And it's not a lap dog by any means. It's like a Saint Bernard, and never in 100 years would I think that would be. She was a garage dog, but she seems to be making her way into the back porch. So yeah, so people who know me probably never thought that I would have a Nala in my life, but I do.
Lots of fun. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. My team posted all of your crowdfunding campaigns in the comments. I realized I didn't really introduce myself at the beginning. So I'm Kenya. I'm the founder at Frozen Babes. I'm a former award-winning investigative journalist turned mat leave strategist and working mom whisperer. And I help brainy perfectionist moms go from here to here develop their leadership skills, grow as parents and professionals, and really leverage that time when they have little kids to grow professionally and not be mommy tracked. So that, I had a crowdfunding journey last year, and it really springboarded the growth and transforming my business. So I really wish all of you the best on your crowdfunding campaigns. I hope our listeners are going to hop on your pages. And as I said, you'll get links to this video so you can share all over your social media, put the links to your campaigns, encourage your viewers to support you up until the end. It's often just at the end, in those last 48 hours, that people will move their bums and support your crowdfunding campaigns. And you are in my heart. I admire you so much. Thank you for your courage.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. This was fun.
It's a delight to be here.
It was. Okay, I will see you
you.
backstage. I'm ending the broadcast, and then I'll say goodbye backstage.
Okay.